Just when you think the astonishing, the hypocrisy, can't get lower, well, it just did. We all remember about the guy who got shot in the chest and who died while he's in middle school pickup line trying to pick up his young brother. Yes. Well, we got an update. A cop who killed unarmed man in front of school given a Purple Heart. Say what? Yes. Watch this. Cop who killed unarmed man is given a Purple Heart. Yeah, he's given a Purple Heart for killing this man. Wow. Talk about hypocrisy and fuckery at its finest.
There's an update. A man literally is getting a medal for killing somebody, and the insanity is just starting. Let's go ahead and go to the video.
Check this out.
Do you have any weapons?
I don't think so. I had a pocket.
You don't think so? Don't pull them out. What you just sticking around?
Pill. What's a pill? Let me go.
Get up. Get up. Get up.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, bro. Stop. Stop resisting, bro. Stop. Stop firing. Stop moving. Are you shooting? Are you gonna shoot him? Is my son shot? Did you guys call 911? Yes, yeah. That was the first thing we did. We haven't done nothing. We haven't done anything wrong.
We're tracking on him. You alright?
Yeah, are you?
I'm alright. Headbutt in my nose and then tried grabbing at my stuff.
The man he killed was completely unarmed. Let's put the picture up full mass of this now celebrated hero for using a gun, killing an unarmed individual. Listen to all of the police officers who watch and dispute. If you want to be called a hero again, people like that must be excommunicated from among the ranks. Let me give you the background. In Colorado, the Pueblo County Sheriff's Office has now drawn outrage after it gave a deputy, his name is Charles McWhorter, a Purple Heart. Why? For injuries sustained last February. This was during the fatal shooting of a 32-year-old Richard Ward. At the time, Sheriff's Office had claimed that when deputies arrived, Ward jumped out of the vehicle and head-butted the deputy, breaking his nose. Did anybody see anything like that?
Nope.
No. So the deputy received the accommodation 4 days before the federal wrongful death lawsuit by the Ward family was filed against him, other deputies, and the county. Richard Ward was with his mother and her boyfriend to pick up his younger brother from Liberty Point International Middle School as students were being dismissed for the day. Per the lawsuit, deputies approached Ward after they received a report he'd been opening doors of nearby vehicles in the school's pickup area. Ward stepped out of his mother's SUV for a brief walk, mistook another white SUV for hers, and got in the wrong vehicle. He apologized to the woman who was driving after he realized his mistake and returned to his mother's vehicle. Minutes later, the deputy confronted Ward. Okay? Now remember, this is a pretty normative dynamic. It happens. So the deputy approached him and shot him 3 times. The confrontation created a struggle and a killing. Ward was pronounced dead at the scene. Now remember, officers have a plethora. I have to pause on this point because it's important to note. Officers have a plethora of non-lethal devices at their disposal.
Yes, like
more
a baton,
non-lethal
taser,
devices than
pepper
you would
spray.
have, or myself, in that same situation. So they have these non-lethal devices for moments like that. They're trained in combat. What are these devices? Well, they have their police stick. I know that's not the technical term. That's what we call them.
Baton.
They have their handcuffs.
Yes.
They have mace,
Pepper spray.
taser.
Tasers.
They also have physical combat training. Close physical combat training is required to make it through boot camp. All of those are meant to do one thing: preserve life. When the person poses no act.
And usually when they use those kind of things, like a physical takedown, is to subdue the suspect in order to restore peace, to make a lawful arrest. Last resort is going for a gun.
Actual threat of death, you or anybody else.
Yeah.
You just are a coward and have to pick up a gun, but you want people to call you a hero. You are no hero here.
You are a
You are
coward.
a killer. All right, neither deputy offered first aid assistance whatsoever to Mr. Ward. Both deputies told the police department they were going to provide aid, but felt they could be vulnerable with Ward's mother and boyfriend in the vehicle. Well, we really wish we could save him, but man, this guy has a mother that's looking real mean. Heroes? Tough guys? Comments under the sheriff's Facebook page. Post about the awards banquet were critical to the deputy's award. Please tell us what you didn't honor. Please tell us, that you did not honor an officer who pulled
A trigger on an innocent citizen
with the Purple
Heart.
We are now on national news, and it is embarrassing for this community.
It's hell embarrassing.
Let's go to the sheriff. All right. This is David J. Lachero. The lawsuit said in an investigation by the sheriff's office found the deputy's actions comported with and were pursuant to training, policies, customs, and practices. That's what they said. This is all in the book. The 10th Judicial DA, Jeff Chofsner, investigated the shooting and ruled it justified.
Oh my God!
October 14th, 2022 report. He said the deputies had reasonable grounds to believe they were in imminent danger of being killed. Hey, Mr. DA, your job is to not be a defense attorney. Your job is to seek justice. In the seeking of that justice, why not simply impanel a grand jury, allow the community...
And like I said in another video earlier, yeah, they're going to say, oh, it's justifiable. Yeah, now they're going to go around and say, yeah, he gets a Purple Heart. Score one for the good guys. The bad guy's dead and the good guys get to go home. And my colleague gets a Purple Heart for that. Oh, it's justifiable. Ding dong the good. The bad guy's dead. You fucking kidding me?
...to make the call.
Fucking blasphemous.
You could have always played the political game and said, my hands are tied. The grand jury indicted. Cassandra Gonzalez, the other deputy present that day, told the PD Ward opened his coat and reached his side with his right hand, but she wasn't sure if he was armed or not. She also said Ward was resisting arrest and grabbing at the other deputy's duty belt.
You know what? Yeah, but here's the thing. You hear Mr. Ward talk about, he said, you got any weapons? I don't think so. He said, well, I might have a pocket knife. A pocket knife. Oh, whoopie-doo.
Meanwhile, Deputy McWhorter said Ward put something in his mouth, turned, and then opened his jacket to reach inside as if he was carrying a weapon. Per the lawsuit, it was while emptying his pockets, Ward found a loose, prescribed anti-anxiety tablet and popped it into his mouth, which is when things took a turn for the worse. Additionally, shortly after the shooting, Ward's mother, Christy Ward Stamper, was arrested.
They arrested
and
her?
Interrogated at the sheriff's office. Authorities also kept her car, her cell phone, identification, and purse for months as part of their official investigation. Now, once again, this is one of those stories that highlights why many people do not like the police.
Yep, and here's
Obviously,
another
this
case right
was
here.
A miscarriage of justice. This man should be alive. This cop was trigger happy, should have been arrested on the spot. Everyone was baffled. Why did you kill him? This wasn't necessary. Now, once again, we actually have some remedy for this. George Floyd Policing and Accountability Act.
Yeah.
Every American should really be upset at both sides of Congress. I know the Democrats are the ones pushing the agenda, but are they? Republicans killed it, yes. But if that act would have passed, if Democrats would have stuck to their guns on this, no pun intended, if they would have outmaneuvered the conservative regime that really weakened at that point, if they would have done it, this person may be alive. You see, policy kills people and policy can save them. The reason why this man may be alive is because of the strict nature of prosecution, transparency, and training associated with that act.
Not to mention
It would have
accountability.
been implemented by now. That cop would have either A, been exposed, or likely realized the federal government can now charge any cop at any time with murder. Sharon, thoughts here?
Apologies for that, Dr.
That's all
Ritchie.
good.
All lies run through this account, and there's so many layers of it, it's hard to keep up. What the officer now awarded said was, what did you just put in your mouth? Not, show me your hands, because he thought that the deceased was reaching for a weapon. It's lie after lie after lie. The sheriff who says this is exactly according to training. Who trained them? Laurel and Hardy?
Right.
They allow, if these people are so dangerous,
Man, where'd they get the training? Acting school? Who trained them? Emus and fucking Andy? Really?
why did they allow the mother behind the wheel of this vehicle? That could be a weapon. Never searched, nothing, even shut the door, okay? As she conversed and said, did you call 911? Desperate to get her son help. This is vicious. This is cruel. This is even killer cops. Everybody gets an award here. It's just sick.
It's so
Disgusting.
sick to give the man an award after a shooting that should have landed him in prison. This has to stop. The federal government has to at least have oversight over police misconduct like this. And as it stands now, they don't. They could. I'm going to give you one solution Biden could do right now without Congress. Stop the funding of police departments who do not adhere to an executive mandate that he gives. He can take their funding away. It is federal money. He's allowed to do that without Congress. Do it and things change. Keep giving them money and endless military equipment to police citizens.
You know, and I said to say, you know, people were talking about, people, you know, the pro-cop, right-wingers like that, always talk about, oh, people bitch about, you know, defund the police, defund. No, it's their actions that are defunding themselves with frivolous lawsuits. People that sue them because they cause act on, you know, butthurt ego, butthurt feelings, and they think they're better because it's like when a cop shows up in a situation, when people call for the cops, what are you doing? You're bringing a gun situation. And it's really disgusting that this cop gets a purple medal. He gets an award. This cop should have been stripped of his power, stripped of his uniform, his gun, his badge. He should have been fired spun, and he should never be an officer. He should be spending time behind bars. Instead, he gets an award and walking on the street. Yep, that's Policing USA for you, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, I'm out here. Much up. Peace out.